Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you for your kind introduction. Congratulations to Dr. Uzma, Dr. Rifat, Dr. Sajid for establishing the ACS chapter in Pakistan and all the members of ACS. I was asked to share some thoughts on the National Chemistry Week. I'll briefly talk about enhancing your skills while you are in your student life. Let us look at our past. I will not talk about the present conditions, but you are the future of this country, so our focus should be on the future. You can judge the importance of the Islamic culture on science, especially chemistry, that you will be shocked to know how many common words of chemistry have originated from Arabic or Persian. The word chemistry itself is from alchemy, which is Arabic word, alkali, which you use every day, alcohol, borax, boron, alizarin, that's also from Arabic. Aniline is al-nil, and benzene, benzoin, is from Loban. I think you have heard of this word. And coffee, which you drink every day and you extract caffeine from it. And it's from Arabic qahwa, which is in our Urdu as well. And even the word zircon and zirconium, they are coming from the Arabic language. And these sources is not written by any Pakistani author or any Muslim scholar. These are written by top European scholars. You should not be surprised to know that even the word algebra is an Arabic word, and so is algorithm, which is used in computer science every day. And guess what? Algorithm is al-Khwarizmi. It's a corrupted version of that. And even American authors and professor like Professor Karpinski, he was a professor in the University of Michigan in 1915, acknowledged that in the 12th century European scholars had to turn to Islam for light, and the works of Muhammad ibn Musa came to occupy a prominent place in their studies. So this was our glorious past. The present is not very encouraging, but we have to focus on the future. How can we enhance our skills to become the leaders in science? And even in the recent past of 1970s, 80s, Pakistani scientists used to publish in prestigious American Chemical Society journals, and which is considered as the top journal in chemistry. And they used to name chemicals which they discovered after Pakistan. And I'll just show you two examples, Pakistanine and Pakistanamine as an alkaloid. And similarly, from your very own institute, chemic alkaloid was named as Karachin. The point of showing all this history is that this was our history. That's what we were. But present may not be very encouraging to you. You will watch news, Facebook, WhatsApp clips, and everywhere there is a doom, bad news, and so on. So who will change the situation? And the answer is, it is you who will change the situation because you are the future of Pakistan. What can we do now? That's a natural question that will come to your mind. And COVID-19 can be a blessing in disguise, although it is a pandemic, so many people have lost their precious life. But those who survived it, it has hopefully given a lot of time to you to stay at home, to relax and break from the regular schedule. And hopefully you would have thought a little bit about your future as well and why you are studying science. Why did you take admission in MSc in chemistry or BSc in chemistry? So the realization should come to your mind now that in 2020, traditional knowledge or just attending classes and the labs may not be enough for pure sciences especially. And you will need additional hard skills and soft skills to sell yourself. By selling, I mean to find a good job market, or if you want to study abroad, you need to be slightly different or slightly above the average in order to get attention from the public. First of all, before I emphasize on other skill sets, I would really tell you that do not let your GPA drop below 3.3, or if you're doing percentages or divisions, do not land in second division in your last degree. When I see a lot of advertisements, I see GPA requirements or the percentage requirements, even in jobs these days. And uh, if you want to study abroad, this is really important that you try to work hard in your courses and try your level best. And even how can you make your CV different from the other students? You have, let's say, 70 students in the batch, and 70 students are applying for similar jobs. So how is your CV different from the rest? Your CV can be different if and only if you are involved in research, maybe, and your teacher, even for volunteering, maybe you didn't get a chance to do MSc thesis or typical thesis, but you can ask your teachers to let you work for them even for volunteering basis, and maybe add your name in the paper. Talk to your teachers, talk to your professors, and think about these options. And especially for fresh graduates and you senior students are listening, uh, GPA scores matter in job search and higher education. So don't think that, oh, nobody cares about marks. Yes, at us after you have spent like 10 years in your career, nobody will ask about your score. But if you're fresh, it will help. It will make you different from the remaining peers. So let us assume that you are doing very well in your courses and you have time at Corona during Corona times. I don't think Corona is going away very soon. So what type of other skills, vocational skills or other programming skills you can have? So my first suggestion is, which I sometimes regret, and I had to learn MATLAB and other things later on, but you guys are young and you're fresh, so why don't you learn some uh, computer languages such as Python? Many people are doing these courses, Java or MATLAB is for mathematics, image processing, and these are just skill sets which will keep on adding in your CV, and many of them are free, like the courses are free in such as in or Coursera Udemy, and they offer certificates. And I know that even if the courses are paid, if you write to them that you are unable to pay this certain amount or apply a concession, they do uh, consider your case. And I talked to a French professor who's visiting here. So I said, what do you think a chemistry student should have in terms of skill sets as a computer skill set? And he deals with a lot of foreign students as well. And he said, of course, MS Office is a must. You should know Word, Excel, PowerPoint very well. And you should be familiar with chemistry drawing software like ChemDraw, ACS Sketch. ChemDraw is paid. ACS Sketch is free. You should know how to draw them. And you should have some skills in searching, such as SciFinder. When we were young, we were students and we would go to HEJ and try to explore the library, see if they allow you to use SciFinder for your research or searching a certain topic. Web of Science is not free as well, unfortunately, but Google Scholar is, in my opinion, I use Google Scholar despite having access to SciFinder and Web of Science. It's free, number one. It is far better, sometimes simpler to use Google Scholar. And search Google Scholar and see how can you search the topics. And in Google Scholar, you will only find research papers as a result, not websites or anything else. You can also search patents if you want to look at inventions. And of course, learn the art of internet searching. You cannot search garbage and code garbage in your assignment and so on. And keep an eye on short courses offers in the newspaper. And believe it or not, Karachi University offers a lot of very good short courses. Sometimes I see short courses in German, other languages from Area Studies Center of Europe. And keep an eye. Read the newspaper, especially see what type of offers are there. This is very important as well, although we are English speaking country as well, because English is taught from grade 1 or from some government school it was from grade 6, but focus on your English skills. It is a language of science, it is a language of presentation, international communication, and so on. I mean, we can never speak or be a native speaker. We can never become like this unless we spend all our life there or we were born there. But we should have a very good reading knowledge, scientific reading knowledge, and writing skills, and speaking as well. And by reading, I'm not saying that you should be able to read novels and stories and so on. Reading scientific papers or reading formal language, newspapers. So you read Dawn, or everything is online. You don't have to subscribe to any newspaper these days. So you can use all these resources to improve your reading skills. And what I still do, even at this age, that if I find difficult English words, I make a list in Word and write their meanings, just so that I can use them later on, or if I have to go back and check the meanings, it's a good reference for me. And believe it or not, your Karachi University is a very good resource. The Area Studies Center for Europe offers courses in European languages for 1 year, and they are very, very affordable. And I attended one in German, but I could not complete because of time constraints. But it was only 1,000 rupees at that time, 10, 14 years ago. But it's very useful, and many Goethe Institute in Karachi offers German language, and you can also learn Chinese. I mean, it will add like a medal to your CV, and maybe you can go there and study in those countries. I won't dare to go to France because the language is French, but if you know French and you have some functional knowledge, you may try exploring French, and you may work as a translator. There are so many freelancing jobs these days. So think about these options of maybe improving your English skills, and besides that, you can also do a short course, and it may help as well. Now, many of you may want to study abroad. You might be thinking that, okay, I want to do a PhD or master's from a certain country. Yes, more than welcome. But there are certain requirements which you start thinking now, because it takes at least 1 year so to process all this. So for example, if your GPA is low, as I said, you must think about GPA. If your GPA is around 2.7, you may land in a MS program, which is equivalent to our Pakistan's MPhil. If your GPA is 3, that's a minimum. Most good universities require GPA of 3.3 or onwards. You may get an admission in PhD program. Think about TOEFL, a test of English as a foreign language, or IELTS. You should have a good score above 6.5. Canadian and American universities require GRE, and of course you need a passport for that. These things will take time, and I think preparation of these GRE and TOEFL, if you are spending with your full attention, time with full attention, so it may take like 2-3 months to do that. Work on your CV, resume. There's something called as personal statement, research interest statement. You should arrange letters of recommendations, arrange your transcripts and diplomas, and some fee. There is an excellent resource if you are really serious about studying abroad, especially I'm talking to senior MS and MS students, and those are in their final years, that maybe you are aware of it. There is a very nice group, and which is very serious as well. It's called Scholarship Network on Facebook. So you can join this group, and there are about 5 lakh, it's a big number, Pakistani scholars, students, and it is a serious forum where with question answers, you can post questions, and above it, there are a lot of scholarship announcements, which you can see in Italy, Europe, and so on. Many countries do not require GRE, and GRE is not the end of the world. In Canada, some universities require GRE and some universities don't. You can explore that. In Germany, as I said, you should learn a little bit of German before going. It is helpful. And as I said, Area Study Center for Europe in Karachi University offer those courses. You can think about Austria. Many, many students from Karachi University and from your very own department went to Canada, went to Germany, went to Austria, and they did successful work there, including China. So many people are going to China for higher studies, and China, as you know, is becoming #1 in research and as economic in terms of economy as well. Korea, many Pakistani students go there. Australia, Netherlands, Sweden, and so on. The whole world is open, including Saudi Arabia. KAUST offers a lot of scholarships. So keep on exploring. Again, in our time, we could not search these things, but with the availability of internet and time, due to thanks to Corona, in other words, that you can actually search about, explore if you want to study abroad. You can explore these countries, their requirements, and especially if you join that Facebook group on Scholarship Network, you may gain a lot of information just by browsing the post and requirements from different countries. And this is a very important suggestion from my side. Internet searching, use the web wisely, in the sense that do not trust every website. Whatever, for example, if you're quoting scientific facts or cure of something, do not trust it. Or Facebook or WhatsApp signs, like people send messages here and there. But more importantly, many companies and even hiring professors may check your profile online. For example, if you have a LinkedIn profile, they will check it. If you have a profile on ResearchGate, they will check it. And many companies, it's not one person who's doing it. There are companies who do this work for other companies. And I know that from first-hand knowledge that when we went to a company for a tour, they were saying that we hire people to search your profile. For example, if you're writing nasty comments or abusing someone, or making jokes or things like that, sometimes that can affect you as well. And one more case, that posting useless pictures. And I know one case where in LinkedIn somebody had posted their very informal picture, and the bank in Saudi Arabia did not hire that person, because they were saying that this person is not good for this such a high position, because he's not serious about his public profile. So when you want to use Google for science, still Google I consider as your best friend in at home, especially when your teachers are not available. You don't need to search randomly. For example, if you're searching for chemistry topic and say, let's say extraction of caffeine, right? And if you write extraction of caffeine and with the qualifier site colon dot edu, you will find very high quality results, because those results have been posted by American university professors. For example, if you want to search other topics such as, like if you want to explore Canadian university web pages and their databases, you can write site colon.ca. If you want to see German universities and their web pages, you can write this DE in the end. And many society pages like Royal Society of Chemistry, American Chemical Society, and so on, their web addresses end at .org. So you can use Google just not by typing your search word. You can add these limiting qualifiers, and they will find right results for you.